Winter of Woe, Fight 3 options. Hello everybody, welcome to the fourth video of today, I want to say. There's one more that's going to be focused on another topic, but I wanted to make a video looking at Winter of Woe options. If you're following the spreadsheet update, there is a brand new one, which is the following. Some options. We'll probably do like a round 2 of this, I think, because there's tons of options to take this on. It's a very straightforward type of quest, depending on, not quest, fight, depending on how you look at it. You know, essentially knock down the enemy, knock down, you know, Hulkling. If you do knock him down, then you're going to remove the protection. Once the protection is removed, then it's just like let rip on the champion. It can be a very short or a very long fight, depending on how you look at it. And look, many champions work. If you've got hashtag hero versus the champion, then you can do deep impact, which is special attacks thrown into the defender's block, gain 100% block penetration and 100% attack if the attacker has superiority. Special attacks thrown into the block gain 300% attack and block specials. Passively stun the defender for 2 seconds. Look, it's not the be all and end all. Like what you're going to see at some point in this video is footage of me fighting Crossbones. Using Crossbones to fight Hulkling, because it worked. Like, it didn't cost me in the region that I kind of thought this fight would. It made it much more easier to use Crossbones for it, and yeah, just relatively straightforward. But the way I approached it was very different. The advantage that Crossbones has is that if I'm going to be hitting into the block, because the champion has Pierce, you don't want to get hit in the block. Invade is basically, that is where you're going to do the most damage. Like increased attack hitting a block, do that because that is what is going to do the most damage overall. I thought by going down to the like Mystic lines, but like some of the champion options are relatively good. I need to update this because I need to add in Crossbones. Magica is the standout champion, but I just was finding that the AI was very aggressive towards me, and I always find that, you know, this isn't like, you know, me talking or you talking. It's a case of like, well, what worked for you, but what didn't work for me. What worked for other people was finding a really decent rotation to fire off a really spicy SP2 with Magica. I've seen it with Metal Sonic Dude. He's done that, and that's great. But for me, as I was trying it out, it wasn't working. I tried Weapon X, and that worked, but it didn't overly work. My Domino, I run out of resource to rank up Domino up to a 6-star rank 4 or 5. I don't have a bullseye. Hit Monkey could have done the business, but look, for me, Crossbones. Crossbones was the one that worked the best, especially for the Mercenary side of things. So there's Medium and Avengers, which I've seen some people use Quicksilver effectively. Photon was the champion that I used. I think this is the Valiant one, the Valiant objective, which is one of the 3, which is on screen right now. So yeah, like, you've got to choose the best option that you kind of feel works for you personally. The Dimensional Beings, I used America Chavez, but I kind of felt like I might have wanted... I did actually try out Morningstar for it, but it didn't work because the theory that I had didn't work out. I think what people were going to go like, oh, Rich, I can't get what theory you were going with. Nah, it didn't work out. So if I was to do it again, I probably would have gone with Cosmic Ghost Rider, but I had a really solid run with America Chavez and kind of that was my learning fight with it. So that was the kind of thing that... worked and did not work for it. Of course, a bit of a reminder to everybody, you don't have to rush this content, you know, right now. There's still plenty of time to save up revives and health potions for it. I would also recommend, because the gauntlet is coming around very, very sharply, that you get yourself largely prepared, because an in-game message did go in to say to that particular effect. April 3rd, where you'll be tasked, you can see it on screen, you'll be tasked with dealing with all 4 of the previous fights, plus 2 new fights in not 1, but 2 painful paths. So, with the month-long quest featuring not 2, not 3, but 4 solo objectives for players who have reached the rank of Valiant. 1 additional solo objective for each bi-weekly quest. Now, I want to say that this is where you'll have to use Deathless Guillotine. It's weird because I wonder if, like, whether or not you were actually going to, like, hear about it. Because I was kind of like, Yeah, I'm still a bit confused with like when it actually pops up, because I need to, I think, in the next 2 to 3 weeks really concentrate to get Deathless Guillotine sorted, and that is something I think is going to take some time. But you know, anyway, enough about that. The fight is very much straightforward. It depends how you want to look at it. Do you want to be hitting into the block? Do you not want to be hitting into the block? Do you want to interact with the superiority nodes? Do you not? Are these champions on screen right now going to be some of those better options for you to choose? Now, these are gaining. As I said, there's lots of different options. Absorbing Man, I've seen people use and use effectively, but it's slow. It's a slow process of rotation. Because your power is gaining quite extensively, it may be easier to throw SP3s in order to take down the protection. Maybe yes, maybe no. It's up to you on how you see that particular fight going. I've seen plenty of people use Iron Man, and do bear in mind, if you do get clipped by Hulkling, it's not good. It's not good, especially if you get clipped in your block. And I've had a few times where I felt the AI has been very unfair to that, and I've been hit into the block and I've been pierced into oblivion, pierced and invaded into oblivion, and that ain't nice. That ain't nice to have. Kate Bishop, as well as another Avengers one for especially those that are Valiant, it is another effective option. I forgot to mention as well, Kushala. I've updated the spreadsheet, and I think I'm about to run an update, and I did put an update out for the Battlegrounds Season 16 options, and you know, Kushala is added into that. There's tons of really helpful options that could be very effective, whether or not it's for this, whether it's for some other stuff. It also doesn't write off other champions, which can be relatively effective as well. Under your tagging, you'll be able to find some of those particular options. So if you're looking for initial clear, America Chavez in general, Valkyrie as well has been very effective. So you need, because it's medium and Avengers, you have to be very careful about what you're choosing, the same way that I think we had the mistake last week when it came to stuff. So anyway, so like going to Avengers, where's Avengers groupings, which is organizations, there we go, Avengers right there, and then kind of like trying to find some of these medium champions. I don't think, definitely Black Widow doesn't work. Yeah, you got to make key decisions here about what you want to use. Iron Man Infinity Wars, maybe. Captain America, maybe. Infinity War, possibly. Falcon, again, maybe. But again, with that, you got to be hitting into blocks, and you got to be very kind of like careful on stuff. Mantis, maybe. Or Scarlet Witch, possibly, but possibly not. I think there's a lot of options still not tried, but yeah, as I said, we'll probably have to do a part 2 to kind of like look at other options, the same way that other players will look at Mercenary, which is there, and go, okay, well, what's good options? Everyone was talking about Weapon X. I did try Gwenpool. It didn't feel like that one was a good fit. It worked particularly well for me. It was Crossbones that worked. Other people, it's Massacre. So it's each to their own with what works. Domino as well. If you can hit off that critical bleed in a good enough time frame, and yeah, just kind of like potency, it can really work. So yes, like this is kind of like, yeah, there we go. Gonna end the video there. Massive thank you to everybody for the support today. We've got lots of videos to cover on stuff. Who did you use? Did you use any of the ones that are on the list at the moment? And I'll add them if you kind of like vouch for them doing particularly well. Then I'll kind of add to this one, and yeah, wish everybody good luck. You don't have to get through this now. If you are struggling, do bear in mind you can wait up to 13 days before going back in and doing more. So good luck to you. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. And yeah, one more video to post today about Alliance Wars season changes to the tactics. So yeah, thanks for watching. Check out some other content located on screen. And have a lovely day. See you all soon. Bye-bye, everybody. Cheers.